I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Brianna Jones.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese, a podcast where I try to get Andrew and Brie to like musical theater. And you guys, we have a super duper special guest.
Ooh, super duper special guest. I feel like it gets more and more special every time.
It gets more and more special because I planned them earlier and earlier, so technically they were supposed to... But please welcome the host of the Stacks podcast about books and the people who read them, and a girl who really needs this job. It's Traci Thomas!
Yay!
How are you doing, Traci?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here. I get to talk about musicals. You will not have to convince me to love musicals. I'm just here, really available.
Well, that's good, because do you have your resume? Bang! Right in front of your face. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. And do you have your what is it they make the combinations memorized? Can you show us something?
Okay, so true story. I was in this
Oh,
musical.
no.
I actually do know the original choreography to the opening number. Thank you very much. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Y'all who aren't on Patreon, you missed out on some amazing dancing.
That was crazy dancing.
Some realography. Sorry, everyone. Sign up for
Like
Patreon.
I was watching the show again.
Hello?
I've seen it like...
We got it. I didn't even force her to say it that time.
That's true. Yeah, that actually was natural.
I'm a podcaster too. Of course, I'm going to push Patreon. I also have a Patreon, so if you like books, feel free to join mine.
I like reading books.
Cross promotion. I'm into it.
Yeah. That's why we do this. In case you haven't picked up, this week we are talking about a chorus line. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I hope I get it. I hope I get it. How many people does he need? How many people does he need? I hope I get it. How many boys, how many girls? Look at all the people. At all the people.
So A Chorus Line is a musical with a book by James Kirkwood Jr. and Nicholas Dante, and music and lyrics by Marvin Hamlish and Edward Kleben. It premiered off-Broadway at the Public Theater on April 15th, 1975. Advance word had created such a demand for tickets that the entire run sold out immediately, and they moved directly to Broadway on July 25th, 1975 at the Schubert Theater, where it ran for 6,137 performances until April 28th, 1990. Thus becoming the longest-running production in Broadway history until surpassed... Andrew, can you guess it?
Oh, geez. Chicago?
Cats in 1997!
Dude, I don't know. What are you asking me for?
And then it was surpassed again as the longest-running Broadway musical originally produced in the U.S. until surpassed in 2011 by Chicago. It remains the seventh longest-running Broadway show ever. Its success has spawned many successful productions worldwide. It became a lengthy run in the West End in 1976 and was revived on Broadway in 2006 and in the West End in 2013. The plot of A Chorus Line is set on the bare stage of a Broadway theater. The musical is centered on 17 Broadway dancers auditioning for spots on a chorus line. It provides a glimpse into the personalities of the performers and the choreographer as they describe the events that have shaped their lives and their decisions to become dancers. All right, Traci.
Yes.
You picked this show.
Yes.
What is your history with A Chorus Line?
It is my favorite musical, which I know that everyone is probably like, ugh. But my history is I'm a dancer. I grew up as a dancer. I love a dance musical. I think too many musicals don't have enough dancing, and I think every musical should have singing, acting, and dancing.
I do agree with that.
So people can march their little ballad shows away from me. I love A Chorus Line. I actually love the movie more than the play. I know, but the movie has sex appeal. Just the way that BB does body rolls is incredible. Thank you. We can get into it.
Oh, we will. And Letterboxd will as well. Don't worry.
Oh, boy.
And so in high school, I was in the show. Do you guys want to guess who I played?
Oh, boy. You're asking me to remember names?
Careful. Could get touchy.
Maggie?
No, I can't sing. Maggie's like the only singing part in the show. I played Val, who is tits and ass. Hello.
Yeah. I wasn't going to guess that one.
That's why I said it could get touchy. And I had to wear 3 fake bras because I'm very flat-chested. And you know what? It was the highlight of my life. I got to draw on my cleavage like a real high school girl. It was just a real dream. But I love the show. I saw the revival on Broadway. I love the movie. I actually love it so much that I broke my DVD, but I still own it because I just love it. So yeah, I'm sure you guys hate it, and that's fine too, but I love it. I know people hate the show, so I'm used to people hating my favorite musicals. It's fine.
Okay, Andrew, why don't you tell her how much you hate it?
Oh boy, I don't know if I hated it that much. I have a bad relationship with shows that have more than 2 characters. And this show has like 15 characters, and I can't keep track. I cannot follow this show.
You couldn't follow the last 5 years, and that had 2 characters.
But what can you not follow? You just don't remember who's who? Like, there's nothing to follow.
Yes.
They're all just talking for 5 minutes at a time.
It's that. I feel like I'm supposed to try to like remember who had what story, and I can't. Like I don't know. I have a lot of trouble. There's too many faces on the stage at the same time.
Okay. I respect that. There are a lot of people. I just don't think of it as a show that you have to remember the people, because they all sort of are just functioning in the exact same way, besides Cassie, who...
It kind of feels like Cats to me, in like this is a everyone introduces themselves show, and then the show ends. I think
I
it's a
also
little
love
better
Cats.
than that, though. That's fair. Cats has very good dancing, and I've always said that.
Great dancing.
This has great dancing as well.
I wish it had more. I actually feel like this could have more dancing.
Yes.
I think this needs more dancing.
I agree.
Okay, I like A Chorus Line, but it's not really my brand of Broadway musical, so it's not like in my top 10, but I do enjoy it. Like I own it on vinyl and listen to it quite often because the score is great. And when I do revisit the stage show, like if I ever Yoho pirate a bootleg or something like that,
I'd never do that, kids.
Yeah, never do that. Never do that. But I do enjoy it. Now, do I understand every single critique it's been thrown over the years? Yes. I do a tweet every time we cover a show, because I just kind of want to see what general people think of it. Like, what I mean is zillennials thinking like, oh, that's problematic. And I'm like, all right, let me see that opinion. And most people think it holds up. It just needs to stay in the 70s.
Yes. Yeah, so when they revived it on Broadway, I saw it and I was actually really disappointed in it, because I feel like the revival lacked sort of like the joy and whimsy, which I love in the show. Like, it was like almost too self-serious. And that's why I think that the movie holds up better, because it has all of that original flavor. That like when you revive it now, it's like people are like, they try to really milk that whole Paul monologue. It's like, okay, we get it, Paul, but like that's like the centerpiece now of the show, and I just don't feel like it should be. Like, I don't think the show is like supposed to be sad.
Well, it ends with I think the centerpiece is What I Did for Love, which is a song I do not like. It's like the one song in the show that I do not enjoy.
Wow.
I skip it. I skip right to the one reprise.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and that is what the 11 o'clock number is. And now I get why the Paul monologue is the centerpiece of the second half of the show. It makes sense. But I understand exactly what you mean. However, I am of a different opinion that I don't think this show works outside of its original run in any way.
Not the movie?
Not the movie.
I don't know where you are in the world, but I'm going to be there soon.
I do not think the movie is good. I think the movie is actively bad, in fact.
I want to know, what do you think is worse about the movie? Because in my opinion, they kind of felt the same.
I think they focus way too hard on the Cassie plot and try to give it a proper narrative. I don't like the fact that we actively see Zach so much. I think that him as a character being such a physical presence kind of ruins the mystique of him. And the only thing about the movie I really like is Terrence Mann.
I feel like giving the show more of an actual plot is actually almost an improvement in some ways, though.
I think that's a detriment. I think that's
like I could actually,
detriment.
I could follow some of the movie at least, because it's like I know that character. Mm-hmm. That's the one that I know.
But the orchestrations were made so much worse and so much less powerful.
I do kind of agree with that. Every song kind of felt weaker.
And not I'm gonna insult the man that created
everybody's
Jurassic
making
Park,
good
but...
points here.
However, but we're not talking about how great the number, instead of doing like the Hello 12, like whatever, they do the sex song, or they do some of the Hello 12, but then they do the, and then we did it again.
I hate that. I hate that song so
and
much.
I forgot to be scared. Oh my God, I love that song. Also, the new Cassie song is better than the old Cassie. The movie Cassie song is better. Let me dance for you is better than God, I'm a dancer and a dancer dances. It is. It just objectively is. And the dancing is better in the movie by
There-
1,000,000%.
Are you kidding me?
There are some good points being made both ways here. I'm
The
not sure.
choreography in the movie is so much better than the choreography on Broadway.
I will say this: that is some of the best shot choreography, and I think it doesn't get enough credit for that. Because, like, for Richard Attenborough not being a musical director, coming in here and just kind of doing this as a straight film, he shoots those musical numbers very well. And I think the first one sequence is very, very well executed. Everything else is very bad, in my opinion.
I think that one is better on the stage because when they all come out with the quick change, I think that's really impressive, like as an audience, like watching them come out and they're all quickly changed and they're like glammed up and you're like, yes. And a kick line is always better in person than in a film. And I think that there's a lot going on in the movie, whereas on the stage, I just feel like it's really clean classic. But I still like the end of the I still like one in the movie, but I just think like when that first I think it's Paul. I think when the first person pops out for one and they like put the hat on the head and they like walk out like backwards on the stage, like it's great on stage. It's just like that's theater magic to me, right? Like, oh, how'd they do it?
I think what I mean to say here is they're both equally effective in their mediums, meaning the theater one is super effective, but the one sequence in the film, they use close-ups to show how demented their smiles look and how much pain they have behind the eyes. Like, that is where that really shown to me. That's where that really kind of paid off.
I agree. I do think that number is great. I just think the magic of it is on the stage. But look, I'm going to stand the movie really hard, so I will take any movie compliments you're willing to give.
It's Miss Darbus as Cassie. That's a High School Musical thing. I only know that because of Letterboxd, that she's the teacher from High School Musical.
Oh, I don't know
Really?
High School Musical.
I know the Zillennials do.
That's Jess's favorite show. So
Oh, fuck you.
you're gonna have to fight him on that.
That's who's that? It's Zac Efron. Is he in that?
Yeah, he's in that.
He's in all three of them.
There's 3.
I think there's 4.
No, there's 3. There's 3.
There's a
And
TV
then they
show,
have the
though.
TV show, High School Musical.
But the TV show, Zac Efron's not in the TV show.
No,
though.
he's not
But
in
it's
the TV
called
show.
High School Musical, the TV show, or something weird
Yes,
like that.
High School Musical,
Yeah.
the musical, the series.
The series. I knew it was something weird. I heard someone
Which
say
is
it once,
is
and
like
I was
it's a farcical name.
Well, it's a very strangely self-aware show. But what is the plot of A Chorus Line, Tracy? If you could explain to someone that's never seen it, like, how would you describe the plot?
Okay.
To Bree. Bree doesn't know anything about it. Well,
I feel like this is
do
a
that.
trick question. Okay. So, a chorus line is an audition for a chorus of a Broadway musical. And instead of it just being an audition where the dancers come in and they dance and maybe they sing some counts of 8, the director decides, I'm on a power trip. I'm going to make you tell me about your life. And I just don't want to know the normal stuff about your life. I want you to tell me what makes you you. And so then he stands them all in a line, the people who are like at the final part of the audition, and they go step forward sort of one at a time and they tell them about their lives. And then in the end, he has to make cuts. No spoilers. My God, not a movie. I don't want anyone not to know.
I can't remember who gets cut, so
I can help you. Don't worry. At the end, people are cut, and that is the story. So we get to learn about the dancers because on the Broadway, so often the ensemble, we never get to learn about them. How'd I do?
the director's like, it's audition time for the emotional abuse.
Yes.
Speaking of emotional abuse, do you know anything about how this show was put together, Tracy?
I don't know that I know the full backstory. I have a feeling you do, though. So go ahead.
I did a little research into this today. So this was an
Oh
idea
boy, here it comes.
originally conceived by Michael Bennett, who was as the album credits, conceiver, choreographer, and director. And he co-choreographed it with Bob Avion, who would direct the revival in 2006. Basically what he did is he sat down a bunch of his dancer friends and just passed a tape recorder and recorded them for 12 hours. And then put a lot of their stuff verbatim into monologues and then turned that into song. And then a lot of those individuals were either put in different roles or not included in this altogether. And they all sold their life rights to this man to claim that he conceived and wrote it for $1 per person. Because they were scared he would yell at them if they didn't. He was a very aggressive director, very don't want to say mean, but cruel in a way that even Bob Fosse didn't get. Like, one time an actor, I think it was the gentleman that played Paul, was like, what do you need from me? He's like, I need you to cry this time. I need you to go out there and cry tonight. And he's like, oh, how do you want me to do that? How do you want me to do that, Michael? And he's like, just remember how much I fucking hate you. And he's like, I don't know, but those were the magic words. I sure cried that night.
Well,
it's autobiographical in more than one way, I guess.
I mean, it's showbiz, kid. If you can't cry, how'd you get the part? You know what I'm saying? It's Broadway.
Well, he it's his life, you know?
Well,
that's kind of the part.
Bring it, Paul. I'm with Michael. If you're not going to, I fucking hate Paul too. So honestly, I get it.
Maybe you just hate Paul.
What did Paul do to you? I mean, I don't know.
It's just, I mean,
Seems
no,
like
I
a
don't
fine
hate
fella.
Paul. It's just like such a sad part. It's like, wah, wah, wah. I don't know. It's like everyone's having a good time. We're talking about the ballet, and then all of a sudden here he comes, and it's like trauma and like sexual. I don't know. It just is like, it's so heavy, and I'm waiting for the finale. You know, I'm waiting.
I
for
want
what?
tits and ass.
Well, it's like after all that too, it's like you can't really go back to like mom taught me how to, or my sister taught me how to tap dance. Like once you get to I was sexually abused as a young person working in a nightclub, it's sort of like what I did for love. Okay, let's go. You know, it's like let's get to the finale.
But think about how groundbreaking that would seem in the 70s if you just had a scene and a monologue like that. You kind of got to contextualize it in that moment.
I think that I am one of the 6 people on the planet Earth who does not care about Paul. I think almost every other single human who's ever seen the show is deeply moved by Paul. I am heartless, and that is why. I also think one of the things though that's interesting about the show, like the history of it, and this I do know, is that a lot of the people who were part of Michael Bennett's world and also part of the show, like the dancers who were part of it, ended up dying of AIDS soon thereafter. And so this show definitely lives firmly in a place of the 70s, I think because of that history. And I think also because this show is so close to the change that kind of wiped out Broadway in a lot of ways. And so
you
I
all
think
wonder
that
why
that's
Andrew
a part
Lloyd
of
Webber
history.
kept winning Tonys. That's why. All the good people sadly died.
Well, I mean, I think there were still good shows after that.
Oh, yeah, but it kind of, like, there was one year where there was only 2 musicals nominated.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Like, because that's just how big that culture was wiped out. It was really, really tragic.
Yeah. Yeah. Really sad. Anyway, sorry to be a downer.
Way to be a Paul!
Yeah.
Wow, real Paul going on.
Okay, so let's get to the finale. I feel like we're done. Can't go back.
No. We're going right back. Don't worry. I just did a Yui. We're all the way back. So, there's a lot of characters in this, and I think, you know what? I'm going to change what I was going to ask. Tracy, why don't you tell us which character you think we're most like? Since you're the
boy.
chorus line
Which one
aficionado.
each of you are most like?
Yes, including yourself. Like, end with yourself. That'll be the big finale there.
Okay, well, it's no surprise I'm going to tell you exactly who you think.
Okay.
Okay, who do I think you're each? Well, Bree, I feel like you're giving me very strong Maggie vibes. You're very quiet, very calm over there. We love a Maggie. Very great. Good for you. Congratulations. You have the best voice in the show. You hit that
She has
high
the best
note.
voice in this podcast, too.
Yes,
I think she could actually
congratulations.
nail the at the ballet. I think she could actually do it.
could.
Yes, that's you.
I got a nice range.
That's you. Perfect. Boom.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Gosh, I don't know. This is so hard. How about Jess, you can be I don't know. I'm so stressed out. Okay.
Don't offend him.
I think you could be Bobby.
Now I gotta remember who Bobby is again.
Bobby's the one who spray painted the boy silver.
Oh,
and was like sort
yes.
of like the like weird contrarian who like used to say weird shit just to like make people be like,
I gotcha.
you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
knew a lot of stuff. I feel like that's you.
Okay, Andrew.
Andrew, you're I'm watching Cisco Pitter Pat. I could do that because I feel like you don't really know
Yes.
anything that's going on, and you sort of just showed up and you're like, okay, I
That
can
is
talk
exactly
about
who I
musicals.
wanted you to. That's exactly who I wanted you to pick.
And I am Val, as I mentioned before. I told my husband that when I die, I want it to say in my obituary, played Val in high school in a chorus line. It's my proudest achievement. I went to NYU for theater, and yet I still care about being Val in high school. A loser.
Yep. I think that all checks out. I'm the pretentious one, he's the overzealous one, and she's the good singer.
Yes.
And then,
and I'm the egomaniac. Congratulations, we've done it.
You know what? I mostly agree. I was afraid you were gonna say I was Zach, to be honest.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not.
Which one's Zach?
The director.
Oh, the director. Oh god. I think Jess might have been like I'm looking at a list here. Mark, the gonorrhea one.
That was my actual backup for you. Because he's
Really?
also sort of like the young, naive one who's like new to the game. That's sort of how I think of you in this space of this musical thing.
But I'd never talk to a priest.
Okay, fair. Well, I don't have breast implants either, but I feel like we're just kind of going off vibes, you know? It's not
That's okay, fair.
Well, you have 4 bras on top of each other.
I could at any time. Don't mind me.
On that note, how about we go into our favorite segment? It's a time where we compare our opinions to those of the New York theater critics when the show came out. It's time for previews.
This is the best. This is the best part of the show.
It's time for previews. It's time for previews.
So we got a Ben Brantley real quick, though.
Oh, God.
We do have a Ben Brantley. Okay. Ben Brantley, in his 2006 review for the New York Times, wrote that, for 5 thrilling, fleeting minutes, it's heaven on Broadway. One of those howled occasions in theater when anxious expectation is transformed in a heartbeat into sweet consummation.
10 out of 10.
Ben.
The ecstasy of this chorus line, which in its first incarnation ran on Broadway from 1975 to 1990 and won pretty much every award on offer, arrives and departs prematurely as that introductory rush of timelessness congeals into a time warp.
Yeah, basically.
What is he trying to say here?
He's saying
like,
the
the
revival sucks. The first 5 minutes were great and the revival was whack, which is exactly what I said.
And I don't think we really need to go beyond that because I think he just kind of says more on that. Like, well, you see what Bennett did was good, and then Avian, what's he doing?
What does he say about Paul?
Probably like it was the most incredible part of the night because Jason Tam was very good. I think
Jason Tam really liked him. Fellow NYU alum.
Jason Tam is very good. Like, how do you not like Paul when Jason Tam's playing him?
He was great. He was the best Paul I've ever seen. Okay? Don't tell the kid who played it with me in high school.
Low bar.
I think, was he nominated or something? I feel like people were really into that performance.
It was good. I don't remember. 2006, was that the Color Purple year? 2006 Tonys!
No, 2000 Color Purple I think was 2007 or 8 maybe, right? No, 2008 was Lin-Manuel.
Yeah, that's when he came.
That's Passing Strange, my other favorite musical.
Yeah, that got beaten out by Lin-Manuel. Ugh. Oh yeah, 2006 was Color Purple year. So where's a chorus line this year? Oh, it was 2007 then because it came out. Tony Judgment Rules is stupid. So let's see, 2007. What was this up again? Let's see if Tam was even. Nope, not even nominated. Great.
Bummer.
Nobody likes Paul.
It's such a small part. It would be hard. But, featured actor. I thought maybe there was a chance.
No, it doesn't look like that. That was the Spring Awakening Legally Blonde year.
Ugh, Legally Blonde, another fave.
Yeah, hard agree there. But are you ready for a game of Letterboxd reviews, 1 star or 5 stars, where we're gonna read reviews of the movie A Chorus Line from Letterboxd, actual reviews. None of these are made up. And you have to guess whether the review was a 5-star review or a 1-star review. Okay. And you and Andrew are going head to head.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, Bree, whose team do you want to be on?
I have a lot of experience in this, so I actually have an advantage, I think.
I flop between our guest and Andrew each time, so this time I'm with Andrew.
Okay. Tracy, it's you and me.
That, Bree.
We're a team.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, Bree. It's fine. You're not Maggie anymore. You're Sheila. Congratulations.
I have to go, actually.
Maggie, would you like to dance? I said, Daddy, I would love to. All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, it is fun to see Michael Douglas get fed up with their theater kid bullshit.
5.
That's a full review.
Sounds great.
That is a 1 star.
So I guess it wasn't that fun, lady or sir.
All right, Brie, what we got?
All right, Andrew. So delicious and yummy.
Okay, 5?
Yeah.
Okay, she gave a performance. I didn't know you were helping him.
Okay. You ready?
Well,
it's you got to take that up with Jess. He's supposed to help you.
It was
okay.
written in all caps.
Got it.
Mine was written in all lowercase, so the Cassie storyline is truly uninteresting. LMAO.
Guess that's a 1-star.
That's a 5-star.
Okay, so you're really not helping at all. I would like to switch guest readers.
I am trying to give the implication of the writer's intent.
Okay.
The writer's intent.
Jess, every time I'm with Jess, I lose.
All right. I'll try to do better.
All right, Andrew. This is a tough one. Ready?
Okay.
Fashion.
Yeah, I mean, 5 stars?
No.
Wow.
It's a 1-star.
That person's an idiot. It is fashion and it is 5 stars. The green outfit that she wears when she does BB's outfit in the opening, when she's doing the body rolls, give me a break. The tank top.
There's a lot of really good outfits.
I need
Green
to talk to
headband.
Letter.
That's my favorite character.
Some good
Also, Judy
close-ups.
Turner with her headband and her leggings and her little crop top. If that's not fashion, I don't know what is. Reviewer.
Was there a
fight
question
that
mark at the end of that, or did it just say fashion with a period?
There's a
It was
period.
Let me look at this fashion in chorus line.
All right, Tracy, you ready?
Okay. Well, no. We'll see. Are you ready is the question.
I am ready. Okay, I'm going to try to give some implication here, all right?
Please. I'm nervous.
What are those thin pants that show the full bulge, and how do I get some?
Okay. That took me on a ride. That went from 1 to 5 stars.
Can someone
real
just
fast.
clip? Can someone just clip Jess saying that?
I was trying to give a performance there.
I also just want to say that ties into the last one. And the last one was a 1-star. But because I love this musical and I only know how to love this musical, I'm saying 5 stars.
That is correct.
Yes.
Y'all are tied.
We love a bulge.
Where do I
do.
get one of those?
Where do I get one of those? But there are a lot of bulges in that movie.
Dance bell.
My-
Hello.
Fashion?
All right, Brie.
All right.
Wow, this sure is one singular sensation.
Said it like sarcastically. I feel like I have to go with that. So the one star?
No, that was 5 stars, but they didn't use any caps. So
See, and now she's not helping.
Yeah, she's not helping. I gamed this game. Do we have a tiebreaker or do I win because I'm the
we
guest?
got
Oh, there's several more.
We got a
Oh, my
couple more.
God.
You're not. We got a couple. Don't you
No, it
worry.
is.
Okay.
The stress is on. It keeps
I know,
going.
I'm
The hot
just
seat.
sweating.
Keeps going. Are you ready?
No, go ahead.
Okay. This is cherry emoji plus peach emoji.
Well, that's got to be 5 stars. That's tits and ass, baby.
That's a 1.
What?
You took the time to put those emojis and then to give it a 1 star. My God.
Yep.
Why would you do
This
this?
is a problem. Wow. I'm offended.
Where do these people where do they come from?
The underground. They come out and they're like, I have terrible opinions on movies. Give me
I
a
must
phone.
share them. I must share.
All right, Brie.
I should not be this hard from Miss Darbus Ash Cheeks.
Letterbox, a cesspool of humans.
It's 5 stars.
That's a 1 star.
What's
Bro.
wrong with these people?
Don't like being hard for Miss Darvis, apparently.
Are these
They were
all
thinking to
just
themselves-
1-sentence reviews, or are you guys just
Yes.
cherry picking?
No.
This is all one sentence.
People just write 1-sentence reviews.
People do just write one sentence. Some people write like multiple paragraphs, but since I don't want to be here without, unless they're really funny, I don't pick them.
Got it. Okay, got it. This
These
is
are
impossible.
Yeah.
he finds the worst ones.
Okay. You ready for another one?
Yes.
I think this will be easy. Bree took mine, so.
No, sorry.
I'm so fucking pissed. It's exactly 3:01 a.m. and I sat through this whole thing and not fucking once did Michael Douglas sing "What the actual fuck."
Well, I guess that's a 1 star.
That is a 1 star. I think I started the caps right when I was supposed to start the caps. Would you say,
nailed
Brie?
it. That was a good
Yes.
performance. I feel like you really did a good job. Thank you.
Because the caps started halfway through the word not.
Halfway through?
Yes, lowercase n, the rest capitalized until the end of the review.
We love it. Creativity.
Very
Bonus.
Good to see.
Let's see.
Also, you're in the lead, Tracy.
Yes.
Let's see. We need a good one.
Really help me out here, Brie. Come on. Do it for the other lady in the group.
Step, kick, leap, kick, touch again.
Okay. He did that like high inflection. That usually means 5. I'm gonna go with 5.
That was a 5.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, you're tied.
It's
All
okay.
right, this
I
is
would-
the last round.
More. We got. Oh, okay. Last round.
Please,
Sorry.
last round. I'm starting to get
This is-
stressed out about the state of humanity.
All right, you ready for this?
Yes.
I'm going to try to give inflection to help, all right?
Okay. If I get this wrong, it's your fault. If I get it right, great teamwork. Thank you.
This shit was whack. I like how it has no point or plot line whatsoever. I also like the personality of each character. They had their own story to tell. It was a little confusing, but it was overall intriguing.
Jess, you found my review? I only posted that yesterday.
I just feel like that took me on a ride again, and I want to say it's a 1-star, but they seem so happy, so it must be a 5-star.
Yes, it was.
They meant every word.
All right,
I don't
Andrew.
start
Yes,
my
I love
5-star
this show.
reviews with this was whack, but listen.
This was whack.
We love to see it. Creativity points again.
All right,
Okay.
Andrew, she's
It's like
beat
the
you
Michael
down, but
Jackson
just,
dad, you know?
Just see if you can tie it up here, Andrew.
Okay.
If Miss Darbus of High School Musical fame can play Cassie, damn it, so can I.
Which one's Cassie?
The lead.
Boo.
Oh.
How dare you?
Okay, never mind. Cassie's the one that's with the director, right?
Yes.
Or was?
Yeah.
I feel like the Miss Darbus thing is like a bad joke, so I'm gonna go with a 1.
That's right.
Wow.
Hey, you guys tied it up and we had a game of fun.
Well, that was fun.
You,
And also,
you were
dear
having a
reviewer,
legit-
you cannot play Cassie, okay? Miss Darbus is a talent, so get a grip. I'm tired of all these
Wow.
losers thinking they can play
That game
Cassie.
was whack.
Meaning it was
Those
great.
reviewers made a lot of sense and all had really good points.
And are my best
I liked how there was no
friends.
plot line.
I liked how some of them didn't make any sense at all.
Overall, I found it intriguing. 5 stars. All right, how about we go into a mid-show and then we talk about some of these songs? Hey guys, sorry to interrupt you in the middle of the show, but we've got a show at you. Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our donors over at Patreon. Andrew, what's Patreon? What happens over there?
Oh boy, that's where you go to give us money and get extra content. You can see the video version of our episodes. You can watch the second shorter podcast we do, commentary stuff we do, lots of stuff.
Monthly Patreon meetups where you get to hang out with us
Monthly
and play
meetups.
games.
Absolutely. And I guess if you give us enough money, you can force us to read stuff.
Yes.
Or have us force our guests to read stuff.
Yes, our incredible guest is going to be forced to read this line given to us by our $100 patron donor, Joseph Evans Green, and he can write one paragraph that we have to say every episode no matter what. Are you ready for this, Tracy?
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
There's a star man. He plays in blue and white. His name's, I don't know who that is. And he's dynamite. Wilfred Needy. He'll take the ball off you. And finally, ooh, James Vardy. Ooh, James Vardy. Seems like Jamie Vardy. Is this a song?
I have no idea. Apparently it's a
I keep
football
thinking it's-
cheer.
I want to do like a David Bowie, like, there's a star man, right? Like, that's the song.
See, in Europe,
And
they
you
have this
read
thing
that
called
same
football.
line every week?
Every week.
It's terrible.
And that
It's
person
miserable.
doesn't change it?
They don't
ha-
change it.
They have the option to. They can do it whenever they want. They just choose not to.
And that person's not your parent or like family member, just a stranger.
No.
Nope. It is
Well,
a
like,
Give us
my biggest-
$100.
My biggest patron is my mother, obviously. Actually, that's not true. She downgraded her patron.
well,
It's
Andrew,
like, yeah,
Andrew,
the
your
content's really gone downhill.
mother stopped being a patron, so your mom just downgraded too.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Our moms are like tired of our bullshit. They're like, okay, it was cute. Get a job.
On that note, the people that are stopping us from getting a job are Melissa Goldman, John Donnell, Leighton Ackles, Danielle Renix, Justice Stampede, Edwin Cassidy, Taskier, Monica Thoreau, Mia Maneri, Brent Black, Nathaniel, Stacey Coombe, Joseph Evans Green, he's the guy, Carrie Ahern, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanals, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Jen A.C., Scoot in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Liz Lim, Allison Stellar, Nothing is Certain Except Beth and Taxes, Thesbian, Ren Cullen, Raphael, Martina Salaz, Robert Benjamin, Jessica T., Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Katie McDonough, Timothy Keys, Chris Marcotte, Tamimu Robinson, Kiji Marie Anastasio, Layla, RJ Narija, Sebastian Canino, Evan Regan, Charlie B., Patrick Deering, Joe, Avery Brinson, Marilyn Brown, Mel Cormack, La Femme Fictionale, Bjorn Hermans, August Gorman, Mac the Knife, Erica S., Toriana Frazier, Sammy the Most Lopez, Liana Morton, Angela, and Kaylee Blazier. And they all support us over at Patreon and help us keep the lights on, help us keep re-employed, and, you know what, just make our lives a little bit better. So if you want to join our fun community of people that love each other, kind of, come join us over at Patreon.
That's all? You just read all your Patreons? You do it every week?
Yeah.
Or is that a certain tier?
Nope, that's every week. Everyone.
Wow, that's so nice.
But you know what? Let's not talk about our Patreon benefits right now. Let's get back to the show.
I think I got it. I knew he liked me all the time. Still, it isn't over. It isn't over. I can't imagine what he was. God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it.
The opening number, I hope I get it, plus like all the stuff that comes before it. Absolutely incredible opening. One of the best openings in musical theater history.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's
the
great.
dancing is a lot of fun, and, you know, that's all you need, really, but the music is good, too. So it's just kind of solid.
It's so great.
No negatives to say. Like, that's kind of the problem with this show, is like, I don't think the problems with it are in the songs. It's a lot of structural things, but even those are pretty minor. Like, how did you do it? How did you learn the song? Like, how'd they break it down for you when you did the show?
What do you mean? How did I learn the music to chorus line?
No. Like what do they tell you when they're bringing you up? Like when they stage it? Because I'm always curious. Like, all right, so how do you? It's pretending to audition on stage.
So,
I don't know.
I see,
that just
I see.
sounds
So the
really
choreography itself is actually very difficult, and that was on purpose. So Michael Bennett made the choreography purposefully difficult so that even if you did it 8 shows a week, you still would have to like actually work at it, because it's like just like there's like a lot of weird balance shifts and like the way that the weight, like there's like that weird turn where it's like turn, out, in, up, down, pivot, step, walk. It's just like a lot of like weird stuff. And that was on purpose so that the actors would either struggle and like look sloppy, or they would like have an out if they were having like a bad day and they like, you know, like needed a break. So is that answer your question?
Yeah, because I was always curious. Like, are there like ones that are like, all right, you're the worst dancers.
You're the bad one.
Well, yeah, I think it comes out in the show too. Like certain characters, like I think Mark, I'm watching Cisco Pitter Pat, like he can't fuck up the opening. Like his whole thing is like, I learned how to dance from watching other people, and I'm great. I think like Sheila's character, we know she's older, she's tired. Like there's the line where it's like, Sheila, what are you doing? And she's like, I knew it when I was in front. So I feel like there's definitely some characters where it's like written in. And then some characters, it's like, okay, whatever, like it happened, you know. And then I think like all the background people, that's a tough part. Oh, Mom, I'm finally making my Broadway debut in a chorus line. Oh, which one are you? I get cut and I don't come back till the finale.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even think about until this moment. Like,
well, and our high school people were jealous. Yeah, I think in the Broadway show they sing, like they're singers also who like fill in the vocal. You know, like off stage, whatever. But in our high school production, there was some tender seniors. Let me just put it that way. There were some seniors who didn't feel like it was fair. And you know what I said to them? Do better, bitch.
I can do that. Yeah. I can do that. This also serves as a really good I Want song, because there isn't, in the stage show at least, the movie, different story, there isn't a real main character. There's like characters that have more time, but there isn't like a focal character, which also, to Andrew's taste, detriment to the story, because he can't focus on anyone.
Yeah.
I can't focus at all. So, I just kind of, with this one, I kind of let it just wash over me a bit and like enjoy the music and the dancing. And I tried not to let it get to me that I couldn't figure out who was who.
It's okay.
And it's also the one I think gets done the most dirty by the movie. This and At the Ballet. Like just the very quiet. Like, I hope I get it. How many people does it? It's just the mixing sounds really bad in the movie, and it might just because I'm used to the album, just because of my ears or whatnot. It just feels wrong.
Right, because they like kind of try to do like the internal. Like they're thinking that they're not singing it, so it's like sort of breathy.
The Cowards musical.
Yes.
They did the same trick in Dune, the original David Lynch one, and that worked wonders in that right here.
I don't know what that means.
It was very, very badly. Like, it was like they didn't know what to do with like all the thoughts of people, so he's like, oh, we'll just do a close up on their face and like hear what their inner monologue is.
I
and
see.
People hated it. People hated it. I think it works okay in a chorus line, but it's still just the mixing. Just the way it vocally sounds to my ears. It just sounds off. Let's talk about I Can Do That, Andrew's song, or Mike's song, really.
I'm watching Cisco pitter-pat. Said I could do that. I could do that. Knew every step right off the bat. Said I could do that. I could do that.
Oh, I kept calling him
I
Mark.
like this
It's
one a
Mike.
lot.
Sorry.
Mike.
There's a different Mark. Mark is the
Marcus Gonorrhea.
the gonorrhea guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark is
Yeah.
gonorrhea guy.
Wet Dream Man.
That's also the Mark from Rent's origin story. But Mike's song, I Can Do That.
I like this song a lot. I love the like energy to it. Like it's just like you can just feel how happy he is to just be dancing.
That's all you got?
I don't know what else do you want me to say.
What do you think about it in the movie? Because that was, I think, the first version I ever saw of this specific song, and I'm like, oh, they're really going ham here. He's swinging around on a rope and everything.
I thought that was a little bit silly, but it doesn't seem out of character, and I'm like willing to accept it.
I like this song a lot. It's a very strange second number, especially to my brain, who was like, all right, second number for I Want Song for main character. I'm going into this, and then okay, all right, I guess that's it. Without realizing, I hope I get it with the opening number and the I Want Song for everybody. I
thought the I Want Song was the third song in a musical.
It's usually the second or third.
Because the second song is usually some weird little like nothing song. Like in Wicked, it's that like weird little thing about the animals before we get to The Wizard and I, which is 3. In Hamilton, it's like the weird little,
I don't consider
Mr.
those.
Bursar.
I agree. Usually in the olden days that was like book scenes, but now since everything's mostly sung through,
right? Because
so
like even in
rules are
Sound of
changing.
Music, the I Have Confidence is the third song.
Well, that's the stupid thing about Sound of Music. I Have Confidence wasn't written until the movie was put in the original version. My favorite things was the second song because the musical is worse.
Yes, the movie is fantastic. I actually don't know that I've ever seen the musical. That's not true. I have, but I've blocked it out, obviously.
Jess with the hot takes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's a hot take. I think most people agree. Like, I Have Confidence is needed for the storytelling, and My Favorite Things belongs where it should belong, not with her and the nun, the Mother Abness. Why would you do this?
Everyone needs
So many
revision.
choices. Agreed. So I Could Do That. Great song, great number. Shows off dancing of one specific dancer who knocks it out the park. A little bit too show-offy, though.
Yeah. Well, that's before Zach tells them stop performing in the movie. He's like, it's before he has the moment with Sheila where he's like, can't you just be fucking normal, bitch? And she's like, it's a lot, Zach. Can you not scream at me in front of these strangers? Thanks so much. Let me take my hair down.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. Let's talk about At the Ballet then, which is
so good.
Easily my favorite song on the show. Probably, easily the best song in the show, in my opinion.
Yes, everything was beautiful at the ballet. At the ballet. At the ballet.
It's incredible. It's an incredible song.
This trio, I think no matter who's singing it, I will 100% listening to it beginning to end. No matter what cast, I'll just be like, "Yep, I'm in for all 3 parts of this. Let's go."
Yeah.
And
it's a
it
great
always
song.
works.
Yeah. As long as you have a good Maggie. If your Maggie
Yes.
can't do it, then your life is over. But I mean, if Maggie can do it,
Andrew, can you describe each of these three ladies' stories for us? Because I think they're pretty wacky.
Oh boy, after everything I've said about how I can't keep track of people, you're like,
All right,
hey, can you describe three of the characters, please?
Sheila is the first one. What is the story she told? I know you've watched this show at least 3 times, so you have to at least remember this story.
I have. I believe Sheila is, she had like a difficult household or something, and she used the ballet to get away from it.
Yes.
Like her father was abusive, I believe.
I mean, he was cheating on the mom.
He thought that he married beneath him. That's what he said.
Okay. Which, I mean, that probably made him abusive, but yeah.
Okay, and the second one, I forget it's not, is it BB?
It's BB.
Okay,
BB.
the second one is BB. And what is hers?
Oh, Lord. Does she even have like a big thing? Doesn't she just like to dance?
She's
no,
ugly.
she wanted to be beautiful.
Yeah, mother always said I'd be very attractive when I grew up. Different, she said, with a special something and a very, very personal flair. And you know what? She hated her mom because her mom was a real asshole. So she went to ballet class for that.
Yeah.
Because everyone is beautiful at the ballet. Just FYI.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. If you dance, you're beautiful all of a sudden. Have you ever heard Daisy Ridley's cover of this for like the Streisand album?
No.
Okay, because you start with Barbara Streisand, who's great. Sheila does fine. Then we go to Daisy Ridley, who is okay. And then we have Anne Hathaway as Maggie, who knocks it out. She knows how to do it. She can hit that last note well. But then you got poor Daisy Ridley in the middle, like just not bringing what the other two are.
That weak middle section.
A little bit. The weak link, and then the song just breaks. So Maggie, what is hers? Because I feel like hers is the most interesting, and I think the only one that's like verbatim from the original Michael Bennett recordings, because it's too weird for it not to be.
Oh, Lord. Wasn't that just like another...
He was an Indian chief, and she asked, Maggie, do you want to dance?
Yeah.
That was her dad in the dream. You guys,
Yes.
come on. Hello.
Yeah,
the story
it was.
of Maggie,
Wasn't it another
you're
broken
right.
home
It was.
situation?
The mom
It's very
thought
similar
that the
to
baby
Sheila.
was going to save the marriage. And then the dad said, I thought this would help, but I guess it won't. And then he basically left them. And then she had a fantasy life about her father, who was an Indian chief. And she used to hold her arms up like this. She would say, Maggie, do you want to dance? And I would say, Daddy, I would love to. Do, 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 do. When it was clear.
I definitely remember all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to remember
You
like
did
what
great.
actually happened.
Don't let Jess bully you like that, okay? You were
Like,
doing
I feel like
good.
I had it.
You did.
Sheila and Maggie are like kind of the same sort of general story, but
Yeah.
Maggie has the dream sequence to it.
Basically,
Yeah.
Sheila is if Maggie's dad had stuck around. Abusive, cheats on the wife, is an asshole.
Yeah, and then Maggie is the dad just left because, you know, fathers are just terrible. They're just not
Oh,
good.
mothers are terrible too. BB hates her mom.
Yeah, BB's mom
That's
was a
true.
bitch.
Parents
are bad.
just suck.
And that's how you
Parents
get a
bad.
ballerina. Because you go to ballet class to get away from, you go to the most rigid form of dance to get away from horrible
Wait, so-
parents.
You go
Really,
to
the whole song is just about how parents are awful.
Yes. The whole show is about how parents are awful, actually.
But then you have new father
really?
figure in Zach, who's like, I'm your new daddy. I'm going to emotionally abuse you for 2 hours now.
That's
Wait, I want this reading. How is the whole show about parents
Let's
awful?
go.
Well, I feel like a lot of the people talk about how they like ran away from home because their parents were mean, or they went and they were gay and their family didn't accept them, so they went and joined a like nightclub performance, or they went and got plastic surgery because they were from a shitty place and had a shitty family, or their mom told them they were ugly, or the weirdest one, which I'm sure we're going to get to, is Christine and Al, the married couple. And in the movie, he's like 35 and she's 18. And I have a lot of questions there.
Yeah.
He's like,
That was weird.
yeah, when he like introduced himself and he's like, Al, how you been? He's like, hey, Zach, I'm good. This is my wife, Christine. She's 13 years old. I'm 96. We fuck. It's like, Jesus.
I like Zach's response to it. He just says, "Congratulations."
Congratulations, Al. It's a very weird scene in the movie, and I don't think that's in the show. I don't remember that. It might have gotten cut out of my high school production.
No, it's not. It's I watched 2 versions of the show. It's not in there.
Because they cut that song from the movie. I really couldn't sing. See, I couldn't sing. All I could do is sing.
Yeah, which I like better than the one that they put in the movie.
What's the one they didn't do a singing movie.
No, they didn't do a singing. There's so many former songs from a chorus line that they all tend to get blurred together. Like there was one called Shoes, and Ariana DeBose does an incredible cover of that just didn't make it into the original version. So, and just find a bunch of cut songs from a chorus line. You can make your own damn musical out of them.
Great. Let me try.
I recommend it.
I'm the right audience for that.
Hell yeah. All right. Do we want to talk about Sing with Christine Al and Company?
I feel like we just did.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a skippable song for me. It's pretty annoying.
Ooh,
I don't like those characters.
Yeah, it's
those two. I remember those two because of the creepy thing in the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez, I don't like this guy.
I mean, in theory, it's an interesting idea where you have a couple and then maybe one of them doesn't make it and then how that destroys a marriage and whatever. That is an interesting thing to go into. They don't really do it.
Yeah.
They don't really go into anything after people get cut. They're just like, yeah, those guys are cut. Show's over. Bye.
So I got to actually run this by Tracy really quick. So did you know in the original version of the show, Cassie got cut?
I didn't know that.
And audiences did not cheer. They left angry, and then
the director was like, "Die angry, whatever."
Well, no, because Marvin Hamlish went up to him. And he's like, "Come on, you got to give the audience what he wants." And he's like, "But I would have cut Cassie." He's like, "Sometimes you got to do things you wouldn't do." And he's like, "Fine." And then they got standing ovations every night after that.
I got to be honest, Cassie should be cut.
Yeah,
I mean. She's old. She's washed. She's done. She's going to be in the chorus now. Sorry, Cassie. You should have capitalized. You should have stayed in New York instead of coming to LA, trying to be cute, and being a fucking dancing Band-Aid. That's what you get. Bye.
She didn't even go through the audition process in the movie. She just kind of shows up.
Yeah.
Like when it's already mostly over.
That's also a thing I don't particularly love about the movie. I get why they did it storytelling-wise. It's just... I don't know why I don't like it.
But I feel like that's real life. I feel like it's nepotism. You know, it's like, oh, here's someone I know. It's fine. I know you can do it. He already knows all of her trauma because he inflicted it on her, you know? So it's fine. He doesn't need to hear it.
Yeah.
Got her.
Speaking of inflicting trauma, let's talk about Val's song. Dance 10 Looks 3.
Dance 10 looks 3. It's like to die. Left the theater and called the doctor for my appointment to buy tits and ass. Bought myself a fancy pair. Tightened up the derriere.
All right. It's all you. Let's hear it.
Yeah, just go for
it. Do you want
it.
me to do the whole monologue or just kidding? I don't remember the whole
No, just sing the song.
No. Tits and ass. Come on.
So it's about Val, the best character in the show. She is a mediocre looking gal who can dance the shit out of anything. Best dancer in the whole show. And she realized back in her old day when she first came to New York, she got off the train in her little white shoes, her little white dress. She looked like a fucking nun. And she realized what they were looking for. They were after sexy hot mamas. So she got a boob and a butt job, and then she started booking things. She could be a debutante, a chorus girl, or a wife, and that's her. And it's the best number in the show because it is funny and it is great, and she's the best. However, in the movie, she is played by a sexy hot woman in a pink peach colored two-piece. And in the show, they didn't want her to be super duper sexy. So she wears a sneaker and a sock, like a 80s style, like bunchy up sneaker tennis shoe look, and a purple like leotard. And it's like, so you spent all this money on plastic surgery so people would think you were hot, and now you're dressed like a kindergartner? Like, it doesn't make sense. But in the movie, it makes a lot of sense. It's like, yeah, she's basically nude. She's wearing a heel. She's giving you a hair updo. She's giving you a look. She's giving you sex appeal. In the show, she is giving you confusion. Thank you. I don't believe in objectifying women. That's it.
I do want to bring up a story about the production of A Chorus Line here, and why the title is what it is. So they went on, and the song didn't get laughs, and they're like, why isn't this song getting laughs? It's a funny song. It's a really funny song. Come on. And eventually they had to go to the performance. Marvin Hamlish himself was like, all right, we got to sit down in the audience, see what they see. And then they opened the playbill, and they're like, oh, we just give the title away right here. So they changed the title, and then it got laughs all of a sudden.
Because it used to be Tits and Ass, and now it's Dance 10 Looks 3. That's the name of the song.
they use that all the time in theater now. Like, what is this feeling? They couldn't just call it loathing, so they call it, what is this feeling?
Yeah. Well, I went to Catholic high school, and they almost tried to make us change the words. And other Catholic high schools who had done the show, they did this and that, which I guess is a common high school reproduction of the inappropriate language.
So inappropriate.
Oh my god. They're objects on a body. Like, come on. Like,
yeah.
They're anatomical. Come on.
I don't know if
Come on,
tits and
Catholics.
ass are the anatom. I don't know if that's like what you find in Grey's Anatomy.
If you go to the doctor, that's what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Well,
If your doctor says that to you, you need to get a new doctor and you need to get a lawyer. Thank you.
That's every doctor in the Bronx. And it's like, oh, you got a lump right here on your tits and goes all the way down to your ass.
Allegedly.
That's a big lump. Yeah. Are you sure?
Oh, I got it upside down. It's on your taint.
Oh my gosh. We've really jumped the shark here, people. Jess, pull it in.
The shark's
pull it
dead.
in, Jess.
Jess? Dead.
Jess, I'm the one drinking, remember?
I am bone sober. It's the sad thing. Let's talk about the music in the mirror.
Play me the music. Give me a chance to come through. All I ever needed was the music and the mirror and the chance to dance for you.
I don't know if I love this song, but I do love how it's staged.
I was literally just going to say that. I was like, I like how this song looks, like, a lot. And
yeah, I skip it on the album, but if I watch it, I do.
I don't think it's like a bad song.
It's not a bad song. It's just like, oh, I don't need to hear that. It's all dancing. Let's go.
Well, so here's the thing.
But the dance, you have to watch it.
The dancing is great. The song is better in the movie. I firmly believe Let Me Dance For You, Let Me Try is a better song than the music in the mirror. However, I like the staging on Broadway. And for those of you who are not dancers, who maybe don't know this information, Jess, you probably know this, but the reason that the number is the way that it is, where it's like singing, small dance break, singing, huge dance number, is because nobody could do it and then come back and sing at the end. So it had to end on the dancing because it was such hard dancing that it was like impossible to do the whole thing like you would a normal dance number because it's a solo. Like there's no ensemble, there's no backup singing, there's no help for her at all. So it's like she sings, does a few pas de bourrées, comes back, hits the note, and then it's like, let's boogie, people.
And it's incredible. Like the dancing is unmatched. Like I can't think of another like solo dance number that really gets me pumped the way to just watching this happen. So even in the movie, it works. It works really well in the film. Yeah, this is like on stage. This is a 10 out of 10. As a song, it's okay.
But okay, did you watch the revival of what's her name? Charlotte Dambrose.
Dambrose, yeah.
She
we watched
played
both.
the part, and I did not find her to be very good in the dancing.
Ooh. Have you ever watched the documentary Every Little Step?
Of course, I saw it in the theater. Thank you.
Ooh.
It had what's his face, that horrible choreographer that I cannot stand, Tice Diorio.
Yeah.
He was featured
he
heavily.
got turned down. He got turned down, which is why he got
Mike.
featured heavily.
Yeah, he got turned down for Mike, and I was thrilled. Sorry, Tice.
I'm not sorry. Fuck.
Well, what if he listens? What if he's one of your new patrons and we just cursed him out?
I don't give a shit. We've cursed out patrons before. Just as
we do it all the time.
Yeah, we basically cyberbully them. It's
great.
We're the Zach to their Cassie.
Got it. Okay, fuck you, Tice. Okay, carry on. Anyways, I did see the movie. What were you going to say about it?
Out of the choices they had in the final like 3, I still think they went with the right choice there.
I don't know. Okay. As a dancer, I feel like that number is always lackluster to me because I feel like the choreography gets so weird and there's so many turns and it just starts to sort of be like, okay, I don't know. I love it in the movie. I think they do a really good job in the movie, but I feel like by the end, by the like da 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 da, you know, and then it goes into like da 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 da. I'm like really singing the whole thing, and then it's like when after she goes to like LA and they have like the da 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 music because you know it's like it's doing what she did, right? It's like each part of the song is like her relationship. Anyway, after the LA boogie down part, it starts to fall apart for me. That's all.
That's fair. I don't disagree with you at all. I think that's a fair assessment. I am not a dancer, so when I watch people that are doing anything moderately impressive, I'm like, oh, good on you. Go for it.
Yeah, it's like they're standing up. Oh my god.
Oh my god, they're
How do you
not
do that?
winded from just moving their leg a little bit. Good for them.
Yeah.
Like the little dance you did when we started this, where you were like going all. I was like, man, she's good. She's a pro.
He was actually impressed by that.
As he should have been, honestly. I really.
Yeah.
I did
Andrew, what the fuck you trying to say?
Yeah. Please don't disparage me.
I wasn't saying anything. I
Yeah.
was just saying he was actually impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. What I Did for Love.
Won't forget, can't regret what I did for love. What I did for love.
I don't love this song. I love what it says.
You
Wait, did we
skipped
skip one?
nothing. You skipped nothing.
Oh, you're right.
I feel like that's an iconic song. I mean, we skipped that because that comes even before Val, but
Yeah, we did.
it's an iconic song. That's all I want.
It is very. It's iconic. It's good too. Like it's part of that montage sequence. Same with like it starts with Hello 12, Hello 13, Hello Love, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, but I think is it the last one? I feel like it's like
No, it's the
not,
second one.
Oh. In the show?
Yeah.
It's different in the movie. I haven't seen the show in a while, I've got to be honest. The last time I saw the show was in it's the revival.
2007-ish.
Yeah. So it's been
Yeah,
a
that
while.
wasn't that long ago.
Okay. Define not that long. How old are you? I feel like it's like half my life ago. Anyways.
But no, that makes sense. And the song, the songs do tend to blend together at a certain point.
Yeah.
Even so much that when you put the montage together, they start to overlap, and I'm starting to think of like, well, which one was that one again? What happens to that song, Tracy?
She goes to acting school and her teacher is mean to her and tells her that she's nothing, and she keeps saying nothing, but then she goes and she like figures out that she's a star, and then she finds out Mr. Karp had died. She dug right down to the bottom of her soul and she cried because she felt nothing. Wah wah. But it's a good song. And Morales can sing well. It's a good singing part.
Can you be an ice cream cone for us?
Yes. Like an ice cream
Oh
cone.
my god, that's a beautiful ice cream cone.
I was a dancer. I think I mentioned that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. And she, I feel the cold. I feel the air. Anyways. So yeah, I just like that song. I just want to give a little shout out to that song. It's a classic. I feel like most people who know the show know that song.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That song's
What I
great.
Did for Love, her other song. Go ahead. Talk shit if you
What I
want.
Did for Love sucks.
Okay.
It slows down the energy and I don't like it, but everyone else
Andrew?
loves it.
Do you like it?
I feel like it's like the conclusion of the story, you need it there. I think it's fine. I don't know. Jess is a big negative Nelly on this one. I'm not sure why.
Just on this song. Not even on the show, just on this song.
I know, but this is like the end of the show. This is like what the show is about.
Yeah.
I will say it might just be because the song was tainted for me by every sitcom in the world singing it like in the 90s because they had to do it, and I'm just like, I'm sick of fucking Bob Saget singing this with Lori Loughlin. I'm sick of like all these 80s shows doing it.
Gone Too Soon and also A Criminal. That was a really strong choice. Bob Saget and Lori Loughlin.
They sang it.
And you know what? Both of their lives were cut short, and that's what the song is about. She's still alive,
about love.
but she's cut her career short.
Yeah.
It's about
no more Hallmark movies.
Yeah, it's about what you do for the love of the art. It's such a great. I think it's such a great song. I love it.
But the meaning is kind of tainted in the movie because they make it all about Cassie and her love for Zach.
No, it's after Paul gets hurt and Sheila goes to get Vicodin. She's got many. It was great. I don't know. I just love the song. I mean, as someone who hates all the sad stuff, I think it sort of works. I also think maybe because I'm an old person now and I'm washed, and so I feel like I can really relate to being old and washed now, and it's like, gosh, back in my youth when I could do a fan kick and sing in my theater with my friends auditioning for shows. We used to have so much fun. I just love it.
You're young. Come on. What are you like?
Well.
23?
Yes, I'm 23.
Yeah, you look it. I buy it.
Thank you.
Let's talk about One.
And you can't forget the rest. For the girl that's like God, do not stop.
song's great. The ending's great. It gives me chills. It's so beautiful to see how all these people that were such individuals, like throughout the entire show, suddenly become like a united unit. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I agree. When they do the part where they turn and they all put their hat on their head and look at the audience and say, one, holy shit, I get chills listening to it on a recording. It is so brilliant. It is so beautiful. It is, and it's exactly the thing. It's like this whole time we thought they were all like leads, and then you realize, oh right, they were just auditioning for the fucking chorus. All of this to be able to sing this one number in a show. It's just an incredible moment.
Yeah. What do you think, Andrew?
I mean, there's way more than 8 people on that stage.
God damn it.
I feel like he didn't. I feel like he needed more than 8 people. No, it's good. I like the costumes they wear a lot. I don't know. I feel like the actual ending is what I did for Love, and this is just like the closing. Like,
I feel like
everyone go take a bow.
Yeah,
I think this is the signifier of what the show's really about. Is like it's for the chorus and just how much it even means to be an ensemble member. And that is part of the reason why I think so many people kept seeing this show for 30 years. Like, why this was, like, the biggest Broadway show you had to go see. Also because, like, for tourists, they're being introduced to characters. The plot doesn't matter as much as, like, the spectacle at a certain point. It's very, very good. Like, this entire last number just makes you want to see more. I can imagine, like, 10, like, curtain calls for this and just wanting more and more and more of it.
yeah, yeah.
And I hate kick lines, usually.
What?
I'm not a kick line fan.
What kind of
He
dancing
doesn't like
do you
dancing.
like? Oh, see, this
He
is the
doesn't
thing.
like dancing.
No. I don't like dance breaks. I love dancing if it's integrated. I just don't like a big, long,
He doesn't.
45-minute dance break.
He doesn't like
You
dancing.
don't like dancing.
I guess not.
He will say he likes it, but then anytime you bring up that the dancing was good, he was like, I felt like it was a little out of place.
I mean, the
They
one
should have been standing there.
No,
doing
the one
nothing.
the one that comes to my head is like Newsies, where I'm like, this is a little extreme. Like, this is a little much, isn't it?
I like dancing.
No, it's never enough.
It's never enough. There's always should be more dancing.
I respect it so much as a forum. I really, really did. I think it is a really, really beautiful thing. And when it's done right, it really blows you to the back of the theater. But if we're doing 10 hours of kick lines and Hello Dolly, I'm going to be checking my watch maybe once or twice.
But why? My gosh, if the kick lines in Hello Dolly are a dream. My God, those waiters, are you kidding me? They're not paid enough.
Yeah, I agree they're not paid enough, but
Sure. Anyways, I love a kick line. Anyone who loves a kick line and wants to celebrate kick lines, please be a patron of my new podcast, Kick Lines. Thank you.
about this?
Patreon.com/kicklines.
No,
Kick
Tracy,
lines
you and I
with
start a
cheese.
podcast. I start a podcast where you try to convince me the kick lines are awesome.
I don't have to. Kick lines are awesome and they deserve to be loved by people who want to love them, okay? I will not take this.
I'm not anti-kick line. I just don't like them much.
It sounded like you were kind of
It
anti-kick
did.
line.
You
know
said
what?
you don't like kick lines.
It was like a
This is
very
actually an
anti-kick line
intervention.
sentiment.
We've all been talking about it, and Bree specifically has really been telling me how much it hurts her, and she's worried for you.
Yeah,
I see that. That's in her face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Also
Not a
is
good
a problem?
look, Jess.
Cheese,
Not kick lines.
How about we all give our overall thoughts on a chorus line and our cheese ratings? Andrew, why don't you go first?
Sure. There's a lot of characters in this one, but there's some very good music. If you don't care about the story, I guess this will be a good watch because there isn't a story. It's great. I do like a lot of the music, like a lot. Like there's like at least 3 or 4 like really good songs, and there is some solid dancing, which is always a plus. I kind of wish there was more of a plot, but the movie kind of fixes that, so I guess that's okay. The movie makes a lot of other stuff worse, but I'm gonna give it a cheese platter with a lot of different cheeses, and you can't really pick any of them out because they're all equally there.
They're equally there. All right, Tracy, how about you? What is your overall thoughts and your cheese rating?
Okay, I love a cheese platter, especially when there's many cheeses, and I feel like your rating reminded me how much I love this show. It is a perfect musical in every way. There's nothing wrong with it at all, and anyone who says otherwise is anti-American, and
True.
also should be penalized in life. This show has everything you could want. No plot, great dancing, fun songs, mirrors. Hello. When the mirrors turn and show everyone in the closing number, my God, gold, lame, hats, a LaDuca. My God, they have everything you could need. I don't know, is a high cheese rating good or is a low cheese rating good?
There's no such thing.
Okay. No such thing. As long as you can justify.
You just pick a cheese. Cheddar cheese, because cheddar cheese goes great with everything. You can have it on mac and cheese. You could have it with apple slices. You could give it to a child. You could give it to an adult. Have you ever had a grilled cheese? Try it without cheddar. It'd be a nightmare. But with cheddar, it's a dream. Cheddar is the good old fashioned American cheese for all people, just like a chorus line. Thank you. High cheddar. Sharp. Thank you.
All right, Brie, what do you think of our discussion and your cheese rating of that?
This was a treat. It was very fun. Traci, you're a fantastic guest.
Thank you.
I want to go watch A Chorus Line now, so I'm going to go do that.
We did it, guys. We did it.
Yay. Convinced.
Mission accomplished.
So I'm going to give this a mascarpone, just because I think mascarpone's a little treat. You know, a little sweet, little treat.
Love this for us.
On that note, I like A Chorus Line. It's pretty good. I am going to give
This show is whack.
I'm going to give it Bennett Valley Cheese Curds because it was developed by Michael Bennett. And you know what? That's pretty good. They look pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I want to try all these little people and their little spandex cheese curds. But on that note, Traci, thank you for joining us. You were absolutely wonderful. Why don't you promote your wonderful podcast and all the stuff you do on the internet?
Okay. I just do one thing on the internet. It's a podcast. It's called The Stacks. It's all about books. You can find it every Wednesday. New episodes drop. Interviews with authors. Once a month, we do a book club the last Wednesday of the month. I guess I should plug this little thing. I don't know when this is going to air, but this whole week I have been doing a mini series all about banned books. So it's 5 straight days of episodes about the banning of books in America. There's no kick line, which what the fuck, but it's still really good. There's been some awesome guests. I talked to politicians, authors, students, teachers, all sorts of stuff. You can find me on Instagram at The Stacks Pod, where in addition to promoting the show, I also write a book review for every single book I have read since I started the show 4 years ago. So plenty of book reviews. I think close to 300 plus at this point. And you can find me on Twitter at @TheStacksPod_. Our website is thestackspodcast.com. And of course, those of you, especially $100 guy, you can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/thestacks. I accept $100 donations from anyone and everyone. However, I will only say your name once and you will have one shining moment in the sun. So thank you guys for letting me plug all of my things.
And I also like to do a promo for the audience that I think would suit us. I see you chatted with Alison Bechtel recently,
I did.
The author of Fun Home, who musical theater fans will be well aware of. I feel like they're going to get a real kick out of that.
Yeah, I talked to Alison Bechtel. Another person you guys might have heard of that I spoke to a few months ago in December was Angelina Jolie. Ever heard of her? It was awesome.
No, who?
Small actress. She has been directed a few
like
small
indie,
things. Yeah, she's been at a few things. Also a director you may have heard of. Possibly if you've ever heard of movies. I also had Quentin Tarantino on the show. So those are all another small guy.
Does he like feet?
Yeah, he's like the foot fetish guy from Reddit, right?
Yeah, that's him. So yeah, those are some other like not musical related but famous people that I feel like people get excited about.
And you're schlepping down with us to talk about A Chorus Line? Is that
As I
seriously?
mentioned,
Yeah,
A Chorus
really.
Line is my favorite musical, and if anyone will give me a microphone to talk about it, let me
Well, I
talk
hope it was
to
worth
you.
it.
Let me try. Thank you guys so much. This was awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us. And how about we just go into this? Thank you guys for listening. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Musicals with Cheese. We're on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals, Patreon Musicals with Cheese, Instagram Musicals with Cheese. We have a YouTube page, Musicals with Cheese. We have a patron-only podcast called Patreon with Cheese, where once a week we do an episode of TV show. I think we're doing the Tangled series right now, so you can only see that on Patreon. Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our title card was created by the amazing Jolene Casco. Go follow them on Instagram at Jolene Casco. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. Thank you, Juliet. Juliet. This show is produced by the wonderful, the incredible, one of my favorite people in the entire world, Brianna Jones. Our theme songs were created by Robin Nash of IOU Music UK. Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform and for not kicking us off for talking so much shit about Richard Attenborough's beautiful movie. All right. Anything else we have left to say, Tracy, Andrew, Bree?
I think we're set.
Man, I can do that. On that
Great
note,
job.
We'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese. At the ballet! At the ballet! At the ballet! Did I hit the note?